Little and Good by Jessie Pope, 1868 to 1941. Young Thompson was a bit too short, but hard as nails and level-headed, and in his soul the proper sort of dogged pluck was deeply bedded. To join the ranks he almost ran, but saw the weedy supersede him. Though he was every inch a man, the country didn't need him. He read each passionate appeal on wall and window, cab and cart. How impotent they made him feel. He tried once more, though sick at heart, in vain. He saw the sergeants smirk. He argued, but they would not heed him, so sullenly trudged back to work. His country didn't need him. But now the standard height's curtailed. Again he goes to join the ranks. Though yesterday he tried and failed, today they welcome him with thanks. Apparently he's just as small, but since his size no more impedes him, in spirit he is 6 foot tall, because his country needs him. Okay, this is a poem by Jessie Pope. Jessie Pope was born in Leicestershire. I think she lived most of her life in North London. Let's see, Jessie Pope is a British poet. She's known for her patriotic motivational poems during the First World War. But she presents the official view of the war. Yeah, the war is going to be lots of fun, and the country needs you, and go and give the Germans a bashing, lads. Go and have a good time in Flanders. And she's the complete opposite to the war poets like Wilfred Owen or Siegfried Sassoon. And her poetry, I think a lot of it is rather glib. In places it sounds to me a bit like doggerel with easy rhymes. So what's this poem about? Well, this poem is about the height restriction for soldiers. I think initially you needed to be 6 foot tall to be a soldier, to join up. But as people started getting killed, there was nobody left over 6 foot. So they reduced the height requirement to let more people join and go to the lovely war. Yeah, oh, what a lovely war. This is a poem about young Thompson. Was a bit too short, so he wasn't quite tall enough, but as hard as nails and level-headed. Okay, so he was a hard man, and he was very logical, and in his soul the proper sort of dogged pluck was deeply bedded. So in his soul was dogged pluck. Pluck is to be adventurous, and dogged is to keep doing things, not to give up. So he was a person with a character who always went after what he wanted. To join the ranks he almost ran. So he almost ran to the enlisting centre to become part of the army, but saw the weedy supersede him. And then he saw people who weren't strong accepted, but he was rejected. Though he was every inch a man, he was a man definitely, his country didn't need him because he was too short. So he's clearly a little bit too short, not tall enough initially. let's see. I personally don't think that many people were rejected because of their height, but because they were accepting people who were underage is very common. I think my grandfather went to the First World War aged 15. He read each passionate appeal on wall and window, cart and cab. So, Lord Kitchen, your country needs you. These are the passionate appeals. Join the army. Yeah, and he saw these posters everywhere, on windows, on cabs, on carts. How impotent they made him feel. So they made him feel useless. Yeah, there was nothing he could do. He tried once more, so again he tried to enlist, though sick at heart. So he tried again, but he thought they wouldn't accept him. In vain, they didn't. He was too short. He saw the sergeant smirk, so they're smiling and laughing at him, poor little thing. He argued, but they would not heed him. So he argued with them, come on, let me join, but they wouldn't heed him, they wouldn't listen to him. So sullenly trudged back to work. So he sadly, bad-temperedly walked tiredly, yeah, back to work. His country didn't need him. That need him as well. Look, your country needs you. Okay, but now the standard height's curtailed. But now they've changed the rules, yeah? Now they've made it shorter, they've curtailed, they've reduced the height requirement. Again he goes to join the ranks, yeah? So he tries to join again. Though yesterday he tried and failed, so yesterday they wouldn't have him. Today they welcome him with thanks. Come on, join, it's wonderful. Apparently he's just as small. Yeah, but since his size no more impedes him. Okay, so he's exactly the same size as he was, but now size is not a problem. In spirit, he is 6 foot tall. So his spirit is 6 feet tall because his country needs him. So his country needs him, and now he's acceptable. Let's see, these poems of Jessie Pope, they are very jingoistic, they're very positive about the war, they're telling people that it's their obligation to do it. And this is the view of the status quo, this is the view that the government and the country want to give. And this is not the view of the war poets who write about the suffering and death in the trenches and the reality of it. It's interesting in this that Jessie Pope has almost disappeared as a poet, where the war poets like Wilfred Owen or Sassoon or William Blake. No. Have become much more famous. What's the name? It doesn't matter. So anyway, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Little and Good by Jessie